Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is Yaakazaki Yahoo, and I start this broadcast as I will start any broadcast by giving all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power of Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Wabaruki, that is peace and blessings. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together. And we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation, under the Most High power, under one covenant. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
All right, I'm joined this evening by my most esteemed Kenanaya. Shalom, Aki.
Hey, shalom, shalom, Maki. Shalom, shalom, y'all's people. All praises, man. We here again.
Yes, indeed. Hallelujah. All praises to our Abba for another Yom Shishi evening, another evening to get into the book of the Most High. And we have arrived at the book of Judges. All praises. We then went completely through Torah, went through the book of Joshua. And how we say that, shot?
Man, I gotta go get my hallelujah scripts after.
Oh, I got
Actually, you
it.
know what I'm gonna do?
I got it
I'm
right here.
I'm gonna look at the word for it in one
I
of
got
these
it.
verses. You got it out?
I got it right here. Like Shop Hep Team Tim.
Shofatim. Shofatim.
Shopatim. Okay, Shopatim. Kind. Shopatim. Yeah, kind. All praises. So, yeah, looking forward to jumping into this book. And, man, I tell you, if you have not joined us to this point, I mean, the book of Joshua was phenomenal as well. Getting into the more historical points of the scriptures. Uh, great. Don't get me wrong; it's all historical, it's all history. But we learned in Joshua, we saw in Joshua, where the representative of the Most High was actually fighting the battle with Israel so much that he was doing more against our adversaries than we could do to them with our swords.
All praises to the Most High.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. I mean, that was beautiful to read that, to know that you got that the power will send his representative to fight for us, to fight with us, you know what I'm saying, and not against us. So all praises, man. Let's go ahead and get on to it. Looking so forward to this. I really am. All right. All right. So this is the book of Judges, chapter number 1 and verse number 1. It says, after the death of Joshua, it came to pass that the children of Israel asked Yahuwah, who shall go up for us against the Canaanites first to fight against them? And Yahuwah said, Yehudah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. And Yehudah said unto Simeon, his brother, come up with me in my lot, that we may fight against the Canaanites, and I likewise will go with you into your lot. So Simeon went with him, and Yehudah went up, and Yahuwah delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites into their hand, and they slew of them in Berzek 10,000 men. All right, so we're going to take a quick pause there, and let's take a look at this Berzek here. Am I saying that right?
Bezek.
Bezek, okay.
Bezek.
Zach, right, Bezek. Bezek means lightning, is the home of this cat who we're about to read about in the next verse, a place where Israel railed under Shaul, or rallied under Shaul, King Shaul. And okay, so let's continue. This is the first place we see this. Let's continue here. And verse 5. Oh, so look at verse 4. And Yehudah went up, and Yahuwah delivered the Canaanites and the Perizzites in their hand, and they slew of them in Berzek 10,000 men. So they went in there with the sword. Now, as modern day, you would think of almost nothing for a war to pop off and 10,000 people die, because you're talking about bombs and bullets flying. No. we're talking about men with swords and
Mm-hmm.
spears. I mean, when you say 10,000 men, you're talking about swinging. You're talking about
Hand-to-hand combat.
absolutely, absolutely. So that's why this is extraordinary, not just something as simple as modern warfare. So let's continue. Verse number 5. It says, and they found uh, Adon Bazik in Bazik, Adon Bazik in Bazik, and they fought against him, and they slew the Canaanites and the Perizzites. So let's check out this cat's name, Adonai Bazik, I believe you pronounce it. Adoni Bazik. Adoni, that's almost like
Adonai.
right. My Lord. Oh, gracious. Oh my goodness. I think this is a wicked name. I don't know what this name is because it just says a person here.
Mm-hmm.
The king of the Canaanite city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's a deity. I think it's an actual individual. Yeah.
Okay, con. Okay, well, that's a relief. I thought I'm in here saying this, call it on some idol, and Abba knows that's not my stilo.
Yeah, con.
So, God, I thought I had messed up. Whew. All right, let's continue. Verse number 6. It says, but Adonai Bazik fled, and they pursued after him and caught him and cut off his thumbs and his great toes. Now, you've never seen this before in all the script, and all that we've read. We've never seen the children of Israel go to somebody and cut off their thumbs and their great toes. That's the big toe, of course. That's not a normal behavior for us. So let's continue reading and see why exactly they would do something like that. Verse 7. And Adonai Bazik said, 70 kings, having their thumbs and great toes cut off, gathered their meat under my table. As I have done, so the Most High have required me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and there he died. So I want you to soak into the people. This man who was the king of this area, who was the king of this particular land that the Most High had delivered to the children of Israel to go in and take from them. He was the king. And according to his words, 70, that's 60, and 10 kings, that's 70 kings that basically he had gone and taken, brought them to his table, treated them like friends, like they was cool, they was having meals together, and yet he has cut off their thumbs and their big toes to cause their death. Now, I imagine that this is not a conventional death. This is you bleeding to death. Because once your toes and your thumbs are gone, I don't know if you can even stop that blood conventionally.
Maybe if it was just one of them, but you having four members cut off. Yeah.
He just bleeding profusely, and so that's how it met his demise, and he knew what it was. Mm-hmm. He knew it had come back to own him. That he said, the Most High have required it of me. So because he had done these people like that, that's how he was done. So no, this is not a conventional way that the children of Israel deal with people. We don't cut off their thumbs and their big toes because he had done that to 70 kings. The Most High sent us to do it to him. So verse number 8, it says, now the children of Yehudah had fought against Jerusalem and had taken it and smitten it with the edge of the sword and set the city on fire. So these brothers in here showing out.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not just going in there and taking it light. They in here putting on they dare I say they putting on a show. They doing their thing, and the Most High is covering us in this situation, and so they fighting against what will become known as Yehudah or Jerusalem, and we saw in the last in the book of Joshua that they were setting a lot of places on fire. And we see that trend continuing here. So verse number 9. And afterward, the children of Yehuda went down to fight against the Canaanites that dwell in the mount and in the south and in the valley. So they fighting on every hand, on every turn. They fighting in the mountain, they fighting in the south and in the valley. And Yehuda went against the Canaanites that dwelled in Haran, so they got Hebron. Now the name of Hebron was
Kiryath Abba.
Kiryath Abba. And they slew Shisha and Aman.
I believe it's Ayman.
Ayman. Okay, God. And Talmai. All right, let's check out these real quick before we go to the rest of it here. Let's take a quick look at Hebron. I think we're familiar with that one. Hebron Association. Yeah, I remember seeing that before. We've seen that back in all the way back in Bereshit. So let's move on. This place, Kiryath Arba, Kiryath Arba. All right, city of Arba. So that's what Kirath means. So wonder who this Arba is. Let's see what we can find on that. If we can find anything. Let's go to Google here. And let's just see if we find anything on Arba. Okay, it looks like an acronym from what's coming up here. Yeah, looks like it's showing as an acronym.
It looked like something. It had something to do with giants when we were in the blue letter.
Oh, okay. Let's go back to that. Okay. Yeah, it says early city which was conquested was called Hebron, which we know that, and yeah, a city of 4 giants, and it kind of names those in Palestine. So yeah, we know that the children of Canaan were known for being, really tall people. You know, even the Mizrahites, the Egyptians, they were even known for that. Their great champion, Elijah, the great champion, Goliath is what I'm trying to say. I think he was like 9 feet tall.
Con.
Yeah, kind of. So,
and he had some brothers too. I think they were giants.
Oh yeah. He probably was just the biggest of them all. Oh, let me look at let's look at Shisha. Shay Shot. Is that how?
Yeah, Khan. Shay Shayi.
Okay, Khan Shay Shayi, which means noble, son of Anak, one of the giants of the land of Canaan. So when you put this in perspective, I mean, these were not normal sized men, and they couldn't have been, because the Most High had to get esteem from this. It's hard to get esteem when you go in there and beat some little, some pipsqueaks, so these had to have been some extraordinary, something extraordinary here. So Akiman, man. My brother is a gift. I think we've seen that one, didn't we?
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, Numbers and Joshua. Yeah, I remember that. My brother is a gift. I was like, okay, I remember that one. All right, let's check out this one real quick. Talmai. Furrowed.
I'm not sure what that means though.
Okay, let's take a look at that one too. See if we can find Any information on what furrow is? All right. Of land or earth covered in long, narrow trenches formed by plows, or the forehead or face,
Forehead.
marked with lines or wrinkles. Of the forehead or face, marked with lines or wrinkles. So, in the context of this place, and they slew. So this is the name of these people. So this is actually probably. Let me go back. So this is probably what they look like: a forehead or face marked with lines or wrinkles.
Mm-hmm.
So that's probably what they look like, which is why they called them this. Because we were seeing that in Joshua too, how they would basically call them what they were, what they were seeing or whatever the case. So, but let's continue. Verse 11. And this is a capture of other cities. It says, and from there he went against the inhabitants of Debir. And the name Debir before was Kiryat Sefer.
Sefer, I believe. Kiryat Sefer.
Kiryat Sefer. Okay, so let's take a quick look at Debir. Deber.
Mm-hmm. We've seen it before. Yep.
Okay. All right, let's see what this one. Kiryat Sanah. No. Okay. City of Books. Interesting. So that was the name of it before. So that's what the Canaanites called it, apparently. City of Books. So this must have been where all of their literature and things were kept. Maybe. Just an assumption there. Actually, let's go 1 second here. Let's go back in there and see what else it says here. Simple female, same letter, branch, place, Palestine, and perhaps Scribe Town. Yeah. Perhaps a Scribe Town. Compare also above with the Egyptian house of Scribe. So yeah. So they said perhaps a Scribe Town, perhaps, which makes pretty good sense based on what it said. A city, a town, but most exclusively in poetry in reference to these few scripts. So yeah, let's continue here. All right. Verse 12. It says, and Caleb said, he that smiteth Kiryath scepter and taketh it, to him will I give Aksha, my daughter, to wife. So Caleb offering his daughter. So let's take a quick look at her name. Aksa Khan. Ankle chain or anklet. If you also rewarded the beer, anklet, and Israelites, Aksha. So, as I understand that, light-ish.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, as I understand that, that's an inhabitant of the place, not necessarily a descendant.
Yeah, it's more evidence of Caleb, who he was,
All right, exactly. Absolutely. All right, verse 13. And Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it. Wait a minute. That's his younger brother?
Mm-hmm.
This is his daughter?
Yeah, kind of. I'm gonna tell you the way that I've seen it. I've seen this broken down before.
Okay.
I've seen it where they say that Othniel and Caleb didn't have the same father. Uh, they've even alluded to Othniel being an Israelite,
Hmm.
whereas we know that Caleb is. But that's not what we're reading right there, because we clearly see that his father's Kenaz the same as Caleb.
Hmm. So he would take his brother's daughter. That's her. That would be his uncle, his daughter, his niece,
Uh, yeah,
which is not allowed.
that's what I'm thinking. Also,
It's not allowed. That's against uh, Leviticus 18. Othan, son of uh, Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it and gave him Aksha, his daughter, to wife.
yeah, thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of thy uncle, I believe.
Yeah, your uncle's wife, which they're brothers, and his daughter would be the uncle, her uncle.
Yeah.
Which this is hmm. Okay, let's read on here. That's strange, very strange. But okay, okay. It's hard to draw that because they got to keep what we keep. So even if they are outsiders, they got to keep what we keep.
Mm-hmm.
So but this is like unsavory, unseemly. And how did they tolerate? How did they tolerate this type of action? But let's continue reading here.
I'm
And it came to pass when she came to him that she moved him to ask her father a field. And she lighted from off her donkey. And Caleb said unto her, what willeth you? And she said to him, give me a blessing, a barakah, for you have given me the southland. Give me also springs of water. And Caleb gave her the upper spring and the nether spring. And the children of the Kenites, Moses' father-in-law, went up out of the city of palm trees with the children of Yehuda unto the wilderness of Yehuda, which lieth on the south of Ared. And they went and dwelled among the people. All right, a couple of things to look at here. Kenite, I don't recall that one. I don't recall
I
Caney Smiths. Okay, Smiths, was that one that meant that they were like
working in iron and making iron and swords and stuff.
Con.
But okay, here's my thing, God.
Uh-huh.
Caleb's father was Yepuneh, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And Othniel's father is Kenaz.
Okay. So yeah, so they had. So how was they brothers then? Or is this a different Caleb? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Okay. Let's keep reading. Maybe it'll become more clear. Uh, I find it strange that I kind of had to shut my mouth because his daughter is basically she want springs of water. Like, why do you need more than one?
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay. Okay, all right. Let me just let that be what it is. Uh, all right, let's continue. Verse 17. And Yehuda went with Simeon, his brother, and they slew the Canaanites that inhabited Zephath, Zephath, and utterly destroyed it. And the name of the city was called Hamath. All right, so let's take a look at this Zephath. I can't remember if we've seen this. Surthoff, I guess. Watchtower. No, this is the first time we've seen that. Watchtower. Okay. And let's take a look at
Zephath.
Zephyr. Yeah. Surthoff. Surfath. ATH. Which means watchtower. Well, same thing? Is that the same word?
Yeah, that was the same one.
Oh, Silica. Okay. I was trying to go to Hermoth. What it was what before. Uh
Devotion.
Devotion, a town of the Canaanites conquered by Joshua, allotted to Yehuda, the location in the south of Yehuda. So yeah, we've seen this before at a few different places. Numbers, Devarim, and Joshua. So okay. Just want to make sure we're not missing anything. Verse number 18. It says, also Yehuda took Gaza with the coast thereof, and Aslan and the coast thereof, and Ekron with the coast thereof. So I don't recall. Is this the first time we see in Gaza?
I don't think so. I
Oh, you
think we
think we
saw
see
it
it?
back in Bereshit, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, we did. Bereshit Devarim. Yeah, when I think about the Gaza Strip,
Mm-hmm.
um, that's a modern that's a word that stayed. So um well, let's continue. What about Ekline?
I want to say we have seen it. I just don't remember what it means.
Okay, let's take a
I
quick
think we saw it back in Bereshit as well, though.
okay. A fiery of infamy,
Mm-hmm.
I will be weighed. Yeah, we saw it actually this is the first time.
Okay, come.
Yeah, that's the first time we're seeing this one. Uh let's see. Ekron. Rome. Ekroni. Uh what's that?
Immigration.
Immigration and torn up by the root. The most northern of the five principal cities of the Philistines, Salika, um, located in the lowlands of Yehuda and later given to Dan.
So
So we have seen that one before.
yeah. Uh, I sent that map after we had went over that lesson. So
Kind.
this is it's in the extreme north of that section. But what's interesting is that I guess all of this land was given to Yehuda, and Yehuda kind of just gave it to his brothers. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, um, that sounds about right out, truthfully. So um, we can kick out the map here. I mean, well, we'll come back to that. Well, we can do it. No sense in that. Let's go ahead and get a map for us here. See where it's picking us up, where we're in Louisville, the bottom of kind of the bottom of Louisville across the bridge. So here's the landmass here, known as Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And so are we talking this area here?
Yeah, but yeah, towards that way, over towards your on up, yeah, like that, and towards the right.
Towards the right.
Yeah, so like around that area.
Okay. So
Yep.
right up in here. Okay, kind. So yeah, we know it's gonna be much greater because I think all of this is gonna be included.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so we'll have a great area for uh, all of our people, the billions.
Come.
I think it's going to be a shock as to how many Israelites literally are up and walking and all that good stuff when Hamashiach come back.
All praises.
Hallelujah. Yes, indeed. Okay, so Judges 1 and 19. It says, and Yahuwah was with Yehuda, and he drove out the inhabitants of the mountain. Now, the he here, the he as he drove out. Who was driving? Who was doing that work? It was Yehuda. Yehuda was the one doing that work. So he is the he. Yehuda is the he here. As Yehuda drove out the inhabitants of the mountain, but could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley because they had chariots of iron.
Now,
So, oh,
I'm
go ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say the reason I put the emphasis here is because there's been some speculation with people before that somehow Yahuwah was the one who was unable to drive out the inhabitants of the valley, but we know that's not the situation. It was Yehuda who was the one doing the actual work, doing the labor. Uh, Yahuwah was with us. Yahuwah was with Yehuda at this time,
Mm-hmm.
but obviously there was something here that we're not seeing because obviously Yahuwah wasn't with us at this situation because yes, he was with us, but we would have been able to defeat them in the valley if the Most High, if we had his messenger with us, and obviously there had to be something there that's not mentioned in this verse because he certainly would have been able to get them out of there
You
with
know,
ease.
could it be that the Abba was not pleased with Kenaz's brother marrying, not, I'm sorry, Othniel marrying Caleb's daughter?
That's a good. That's a good. That's a good. That makes sense, huh? You know, because why in the world would your brother marry your daughter? That's not allowed.
That's your
That's
close
not.
kin.
Yeah, yeah. We know better than that. That's not something that's allowed. So, um, and it makes sense. That makes perfectly good sense because how is he with us here? And we drove out the inhabitants of the mountain, but not the valley because they had chariots of iron. So we couldn't fight against the chariots of iron. We should have been taking them chariots and using them ourselves.
Okay.
You know, if the Most High would have been, if his representative would have been with us. But let's continue reading. Verse 20 says, and they have Haram unto Caleb, and as Moshe said, and he expelled there the three sons of Anak. So he got rid of the three sons of Anak from uh, Hebron. So he got rid of them. Verse 21, and the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites that inhabited Jerusalem, but the Jebusites dwelt with the children of uh, Benjamin in Jerusalem unto this day. Now that we're going to see, that's going to end up being a problem once we get to the story of the Levite. You know, he's going to cost them, yeah, going to cost them dearly. So
Mhm.
if they didn't ever get rid of these Jebusites, then that would explain that situation. So yeah, kind of puts it all into perspective when you reading it like this, and then familiar with some of these other things that have happened. Verse 22, and the house of Joseph, uh, they also went up against Bethel, and Yahuwah was with them. And the house of Joseph went to uh, Descry. Descry?
Yeah, descry. I'm not sure. Describe. That means maybe destroy. Sent to describe.
Sent to describe Bethel. Now
Destroy,
the
maybe.
name, yeah, we're going to take a
That
look
mean?
at it. Yeah, we're going to take a look at it. Now the name of the city before was Luz. So let's take a look at that. best describe? Tour?
Tour.
Tour. Yeah, that's a verb. To seek, search out, spy, explore. So
Okay,
describe.
come.
Okay, yeah. So they went to spy it out, to check it out. Yeah.
And
So
and you know, I remember us looking at this Bethel because it means house of the Most
house.
High,
Right, right.
and we
House of
were
the.
we were kind of bewildered. We was like, man, how is it that these Canaanites got a city named the City of the Most High? And we was like, but
Right.
now we're reading about our ancestors changed the name.
Exactly. Exactly. This is what our people called it. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, the name before was Luz. Let's see what this Luz is. Looz, Luz. Almond tree. So they named it almond tree. The early name of Bethel, that probably the name of the town in the close proximity unto the actual location of the altar of pillars of Jacob. The name of a town in the land of the Hittites site is unknown. Uh, as grown there, Luz, as grown there, which means olive tree, which is, or yeah, not olive, but almond tree,
Yeah, come.
which means which is normal. Luz, the name of two places in Palestine. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, they called it almond tree, and we came in and called it Bethel. So praise Yah. Uh, Book of Judges, chapter number 1 and verse number 24. It says, "And the spies saw a man come forth out of the city, and they said unto him, Show us, I pray you, the entrance unto the city, and we will show you mercy. And when he showed them the entrance unto the city, they smote the city with the edge of the sword, and they let go the man and his family." So now they've gotten used to doing that. You know, they did that with Rahab, and
Mm-hmm.
now they do that with this particular man. Ironically, they just called it the man. They saw a man, where with Rahab they called her by name, but did the same thing here. Where they slew the inhabitants of the city, but let go him and his family. Verse 26, and the man went into the land of the Hittites and built a city and called the name of the name thereof Luz, which is the name thereof unto this day. So he went into a place of the Hittites and built a place, called it Luz. So is that where we get this Luz from? Surely not, because Bethel was they called it Luz before, so he must have just carried on that same tradition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So verse 27, it says, "Place is not conquered. Neither did Manasseh drive out the inhabitants of Bethshean and her towns, nor Ta- Taanach, uh,
Ta'anak.
Taanach, Taanach." I get that every time. That ta, then that extra a, I,
Mm-hmm.
that would make it a long a. Taanach and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, nor the inhabitants of uh, Belim, Abalim,
Mm-hmm.
Abalim and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Meg,
Megiddo.
Megiddo and her towns, but the Canaanites would dwell in that land. Now, ironically, again, I think we said this in Joshua, where they were letting people go. They weren't getting rid of everybody. That the Most High said that these people would be a snare unto us.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we see him again here, a long list of people. Yeah, we saw this in Joshua, house of Eves. Uh, we're not going to look at all of these again because we've seen these ones before. But just to reiterate, this is the same pattern that they follow. And I'm sure if they would have known then what we know now, they would have done things a lot differently. But They did not. That's why we know what we know.
Okay.
Verse 28. And it came to pass where Israel was strong that they put the Canaanites to tribute and did not utterly drive them out. So not only did they not drive them out, but they put them to basically made them serve captivity. Uh, if I understand correctly, Abba's mission was to have them extinct. He wanted them,
Eradicated. Come.
yeah, he wanted them wiped off the earth, much like he's going to want like he's wanted the Amalekites,
Mm-hmm.
and yet they still live to this day, as the Canaanites do. So that's a failure on our part. Um, should not have been. Uh, yeah, we read 29, so we at 30.
I
Did
don't.
we read
Did we
29?
read?
Okay,
I
maybe
don't
did.
think we read 29.
Okay, let's get 29. It says, neither did Ephraim drive out the Canaanites that dwell in uh, Gezer, but the Canaanites dwell in Gezer among them. Dwell in Gezer among the Ephraimites. That is a mistake, a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 30. Neither did Zebulun drive out the inhabitants of uh, Kitron, nor the inhabitants of Nak,
Nahalal.
Nahalal. So like, I was way off. Uh, but the Canaanites dwell among them and become tributary, and became tributary. So again, we see more failures on the part of the children of Israel, just completely forgetting what the Most High said through Moshe.
Mm-hmm.
Just completely forgetting. I was trying to see if these ones we were familiar with. Um, incense. Oh, okay, no, this is a new one. Incense with these people. This is a town in Zebulun. Um, what is that? Fumigated.
Yeah. Fumigative. Yep.
Uh, Kitron, a place in Palestine. Okay. Let's look at this one here. Nahala, Nahala, mm, Nahal,
All. Nahalal.
Nahal, Nahal. Pastor, okay. All right, Toda Akim. Levites, site is uncertain. Maybe modern Meu, a village in the plains of Es,
It looked
I don't
like
know how you say that.
Edris, but Edra Leon.
Ezra Leon. Let's see what we can see there. Let's go back. Come on. There we go. Second separate tab for that. All right. According to Britannica, the plains of Esdraelon, uh, also called the Valley of Yeziel, Yeziel,
Yezreel.
Yezreel, like the cat,
Mm-hmm.
Yezreel, Hebrew, and land in northern Israel. Yeah, let's go ahead and check on this here. Click on this and see. Israel, Hebrew, uh, Emik, Israel,
Mm-hmm. Israel.
Hel, um, Mikil, Emi, Me, mm,
Met.
Mek, with a Q, Mek. Okay. Lowland of northern Israel, divided in hilly areas of Galilee in the northern of Samaria, in the north of and Samaria, and that got Israeli occupation. West Bank. I like how they put that.
Mm-hmm.
In the south, uh, Ezraline in the Greek. uh, derivation of Hebrew Yisrael, meaning the Most High will sow, or may the Most High make fruitful. Hmm. Yeah, Botanica. I like Botanica, giving give some pretty good information as we can see here. But let's continue. I'll come back to that. No, I don't want to subscribe. Everybody wants you to subscribe to something. Subscribe to this. No. All right. Was that
Yeah, that was 30. So
okay? So we're at 31. All right. Neither did so more failures here. We're reading here. That's what it's the headline should be. Failures. Yeah, places not conquered. So it should say, which is basically a failure. So 33. Neither did Naphtali drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh, nor the inhabitants of Beth Anath, but he dwelled among the Canaanites, the inhabitants of the land. Nevertheless, the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh and of Beth
Bethanath.
Anath became tributary unto them.
I think we missed 30, 31, and 32.
Oh, did we skip?
Yeah,
Slick
we
eye.
forgot we didn't see what Asher did.
Oh, okay. Con,
Or
because
what Asher lacked to do.
okay, slick eye on that one. Verse 31 it says, neither did Ashar drive the inhabitants of Aku, Aku,
Ko
Ako, nor the inhabitants of Zidon, nor of uh,
Allah.
Alab, nor of Akzib,
Mm-hmm.
nor of Helba, nor of
Afik.
Apik, nor of uh, Rehoth, Rehoth, Rehope, Hob,
Mm-hmm.
Rehope. Okay. Wow. So let's look at these particular places here. I know we haven't seen this one before. Oh, have we?
I don't think so, Con.
Mm-mm. Uh, Echo,
A Ko.
Echo,
Mm-hmm.
Echo. All right. His strangeness, his straightness.
Mm-hmm.
Slick guy. Seaport town in Asher, and Asher should be a haven of ships. A seaport town in Asher, north of Mount Carmel and south of Tyre. A haven of ships that came to me from Bereshit 49, and yet they
Mm-hmm.
think it's something over here. Like, get out of here. It's a seaport in Asher. Asher was a seaport in the land. Okay, Sidon,
Con.
hunting, an ancient Phoenician city in the Mediterranean coast of Tyre. Okay, so we have seen this one before. Aklab,
Mm-hmm.
fertile place. Yep, this is the first time we've seen this one. Fertile place. Uh, from the roots, which was fatness, fertile. Aklab, a place in Palestine. Aklab. All right. And Akzib, decent.
Uh, Deceit.
Oh, Silica, deceit. Silica. All right. A town in the lowland of West Yehuda, a town in Ashar by the Sea of Galilee. Deceitful. In the sense of wintry torrent, which falls in summer. What? In the
Hmm.
sense of a wintry torrent, which falls in summer? Wow, that's interesting. The name of two places in Palestine. So we did see that in Joshua. So it turns like winter in the summer.
Yeah.
That's strange. Akaket, Aka.
Afak.
Af,
Afak.
Afek enclosed. Canaanite city near Urez, city in the territory of Ashar, city northeast of uh, Beth
Beirut.
Beirut
Mm-hmm.
in Transjordan. Now, Transjordan, I'm not familiar with. I don't know if we've seen that before.
Yeah, I'm not. I know it's somewhere in the Levant, but I'm just not sure exactly where.
Yeah, let's see what we see here. Talks about it in Wikipedia. Oh, shows it on the map here. Let's see what this shows. But it doesn't show like where it is. It's not labeled on here. So I tried to use right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and I was wrong also.
What's
Before
that?
looking at this map, you remember I said that Dan was towards the north.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dan is right there by Yehuda, which makes sense of why they were fighting like that. You know what I mean?
Okay, Khan. Yeah, Yehuda's here, Dan is here. Yeah, Yehuda would have, ironically, Manasseh is got a big old plot of land.
Mm-hmm.
And look at Issachar, got next to nothing. And Zebulon got look like less than that.
Right.
But Yehuda got lots and lots. And then Simeon right in with Yehuda there.
Mm-hmm.
According to this map, Raban is here, Gad is here. But yeah, you had them have tribe of Manasseh on that side, and then have tribe on this side. So yeah, they got really the biggest plot of land.
Indeed.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so let's continue here. All right. All right. So we at 31, 32. It says, but the Asherites dwell among the Canaanites and the inhabitants of the land, for they did not drive them out. So we just read Naphtali. They became
Mm-hmm.
tributary to them. So verse 34, and the Amorites forced the children of Dan into the mountain, for they would not suffer them to come down to the valley. But the Amorites which dwell in the Mount uh, Her-
Perez. Mm-hmm.
Heres, in Ay- Ayah,
Ayalon.
Ayalon, and in uh, that look like that'd be something bad. Shem Shemala. I'm saying that all wrong.
Sha'ala. Sha'alabim.
Sha'alabim. Solaki. Yet the hand of the house of Joseph prevailed, so that they became tributary. And the coast of the Amorites was from the going up of the up to Akrim Rabim, from the rock and upward. So let's take a quick look at Mount Heres. The sun. Okay, so have we seen? Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing this. The sun, a mountain inhabited by Amorites in Moab, a place where Gideon turned back from chasing the Midianites. So we'll see that in the future as well. And let's check out Sha'al Bim, place of foxes. Okay, we did see that, I believe. Well, we mentioned the place where all the foxes were.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, let's go ahead to chapter 2 here. That took a little longer than I thought it would.
Yeah, Khan. I was thinking that it was just 18 verses, but ended up being a little bit longer.
Yeah. I was thinking for some odd reason it would be kind of more straight because I thought we would be more along the lines of things that we've seen before, so we wouldn't see so much to look at. That was like 55 minutes, which doesn't seem like much, but yeah, that did take. I didn't think it would be. I thought it'd be like 20, 25, something like that. So, verse 2, chapter 2 and verse 1, Israel rebuked. And the messenger of Yahuwah came from Galilee to Beshem and said, I made you go out of Mizraim and have brought you unto the land which I swore unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you. So we know who this is.
Hmm.
It's the messenger of Yahuwah, which came from Galilee to uh, Bakshim, and he made us go out of Mizraim and brought us unto the land which he swore to our fathers and said he would never break our covenant with him. So we know who this is. This is what we know what we know would know come to know as Hamashiach.
Hmm.
But this is that same spirit, that same ruach that was that we knew from that time. So let's continue. Verse 2. And you shall make no league with the inhabitants of the land. So he's telling them, look, y'all going off. You making league with these people,
Hmm.
and you shall throw down their altars, but you have not obeyed my voice. Why have you done this? So again, like we was reading it, and I'm thinking, this is not what we were supposed to be doing. And he's coming to him. He's
Uh,
confronting them.
Indeed, and this is definitely Mashiach, but
Hmm.
it's he's coming from Gilgal,
Hmm.
and
Oh, what I say, Galilee?
yeah, Khan.
Oh, Salakia.
It
I
went
said
from
that.
Gilgal to Bakim.
Gilgal, Salika. Where I get Galilee from? I don't know how. My mind just went there. Yeah, as I look at that, it is Gilgal, and I said Galilee. I looked at that and said Galilee, Gilgal, Kaka. Okay, Salika.
No worries.
Why have you done this? Verse 3. Wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but you shall be as but they shall be as thorns in your side, and their idols shall be a snare unto you. So he's reiterating what we read in Moshe, what we read in the books of Moshe and in Joshua as well.
Hmm.
And verse 4. And it came to pass when the messenger of Yahuwah spake these words unto all the children of Israel, that the people lifted up their voice and wept. Like, Yahshua, what are you weeping for now? You should have did what you were supposed to do.
Khan.
I don't like that. Don't get called out and then you want to cry. You should have been doing what he said. Like, what was the leadership? You
Mhm.
know, and Yahshua was already dead. But this is saying Yahshua dies here.
You make a really good point. Huh? Like where's the leadership? Where is the righteous rebuke? Because somebody should have got Caleb together, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
You
absolutely.
remember when Joshua checked the Reubenites and the Gadites and the
Hmm.
half tribe of Manasseh. It's like,
Huh?
look, man, you said that you would go and fight. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like honor your word.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what needs to happen. You need to have somebody who knows what's going on, and they'll step to the people and like, look here, y'all going off. We can't
Hmm.
be doing this. You can't sit back on your hands and just think you're gonna do what you want to do. And no, that's not what it is. We got instruction, we gotta follow. And here Hamashiach is coming and calling them out, and now they want to cry. Like, what kind of mess is this? Don't do that. Don't do that. Again, these things that are written aforetime were written for our learning.
Hmm.
So what we need to learn from this is don't do this. Verse 5. And they called on the name Slikah, and they called the name of that place uh
Bokim.
Bashim. Bokim?
Hmm.
Okay, Bokim. And they sacrificed there unto Yahuwah. So now you want to what does Bokim mean? Let's see what that means. So now you want to do sacrifice Bokim. You know what? I said that weeping. Oh, it means weeping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know, it's ironically this brought me to a different place because one of the Akeem had shared a picture of the brother Bokeem Woodbine, the actor,
Okay.
and
God.
they were saying, "Oh man, we've seen this brother in so many different movies, and we've never known his name."
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "Y'all don't know this is Bokeem Woodbine." Like, and here his name is Bokeem. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I didn't realize that.
He's got an Israelite name, you know.
Yeah, which means weeping. I wondered did he know that? I wondered did his people know that when they gave him that name, or maybe he was just a big time crier when he was born.
Okay. Or
'Cause,
maybe his mother might have had a difficult pregnancy and
yeah, caused a lot of yeah.
weeping. Yeah.
It's a lot of things because when you look at it here, I mean, this is not how you get it. You can't get it from that. But when you go into the actual Hebrew,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, it's Bokeem. Bokeem Woodbine. I'm like, you know what that it looked like Hebrew something Hebrew. I wonder if he know that. That's interesting. That's really interesting. So let's continue. So now they want to sacrifice to the Most High. They want to sacrifice to Yahuwah. So Joshua dies. Now Joshua didn't he die at the end of Joshua?
I thought that we read that, and I'm kind of surprised that we're reading that here because the brothers is going off and he's not checking them.
Right,
But
right.
I'm assuming that he's old and
But he died. He died at the end of the book. Hold on,
of
Slicker.
Joshua.
I gotta go back because I know I'm not tripping. Because I was like sad, yeah. Joshua's death and burial. It came to pass, and Joshua, son of Nun, was a servant, died being 110 years old. So let's see what this is talking about. Maybe it's not, maybe it's just, reminding us here. Um, so yeah, let's read it. Let's go ahead. Verse 6. And when Joshua had let the people go, the children of Israel uh, went every man unto their inheritance and possessed the land. Verse 7. And the people served Yahuwah all the days of Joshua and all the days of the elders that outlived Joshua, who had sent all the great, who had seen all the great works of Yahuwah that he did for Israel. And Joshua, son of Nun, the servant of Yahuwah, died, being 110 years old, and they buried him in the border of his inheritance. Yeah, and Ephraim. I remember reading that at the end of Joshua, which we just
Mm-hmm.
looked at again. In now I don't remember this.
Timanath Harez.
Timnath Heres and the Mount of Ephraim on the north side of the hill of uh,
Gaash.
Gaash. So it seemed like seemed like we did. I bet if we would have continued, I bet if we would have continued there, um, yeah, yeah. So this is
Mm-hmm.
reiterating.
You can.
Okay, so this is a reiteration. I'm like, wait a minute now. Okay, kind. All right. Uh, verse 8. Actually, verse 10. So they got verse 10. It says, and also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, which knew not Yahuwah,
Wow.
nor yet the work which he had done for Israel. What? How in the world you don't know Yahuwah and all the work that he's done for Israel? I, this is I'm getting a headache.
I mean, that's we had talked briefly before we got on, and we said that we were just kind of summarizing what we know about this book,
Right,
and how we can draw a parallel between that generation and what we see today.
right,
So many people of our people proclaim to love the Most High, and They call him God.
Right.
They don't know him.
No, not at all. Not at all. Not to mention the spirit that we deal with the Most High dealing with us at this capacity where we're in this book reading and studying and being edified to gain understanding. And if I had my way, my children would be right here with me.
Mm-hmm.
Right, sitting right next to me, all four of them. You know, with their head right here, listening and understanding all of that we're reading. But that's not that's not the reality that I live. So this is how this thing happens. And all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them which knew not Yahuwah, nor yet the work which he had done for Israel. So they didn't know Yahuwah. They just apparently, according to them, they just showed up. They just there, and this is their land, and they just free with it. Israel serves evil.
Mm.
Yeah, this is not good. This is okay. Let's just read it because this is woo. Yeah. Okay. Verse 11. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah and served the evil one, the Baalim, and they forsook Yahuwah, power of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Mizraim, and followed idols of the idols of the people which were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked Yahuwah to anger. Oh my goodness, man! This is never an easy read. Okay, this is never
Come.
this is never like, oh yeah, this is just no. This is always bad, forever and always horrible. Verse 13. And they forsook Yahuwah and served Baal and this other idol. Slick out. Let me back up. Not to become overwhelmed with emotion here. Let's look at this word here that I wouldn't dare say. Bahal. For those who don't know, matter of fact, I'm putting that on Facebook. For all these people who call on the Lord, that is the evil one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Supreme male deity. You know what? I should put that on there as well. So I've heard people, let me go back. Let me go back and edit this. I've heard people say that Yahweh was the idol of the Canaanites
Mm-hmm.
that they called on. And it wasn't Yahweh, it was this word right here. It was that was the word, the idol of the Canaanites that the Canaanites called on, according to what is written, according to the history here. That's what we're
Come.
reading.
Come.
Yeah. So it's not the Yohe Wahe, it's the Lord, who
Mm-hmm.
was actually Baal and other manners of such and such of words and whatnot. A town in Simeon, preferably identical to, um, and it's everywhere. It's everywhere, and it should not be
Come.
specifically as divine name of. Mm, let me put that on there too. I mean, my goodness, I don't remember looking at this. So, with such, whew, yeah, yeah. Oh, look, this is the first time we're seeing this in the sight of this. Is the first time we're seeing that name right there.
Okay.
Yeah, right here is first time it shows up. Surprisingly.
Yeah,
All right.
I thought but I guess we didn't. There was It was some names that looked. I
Right.
remember us being
They had
careful
some.
saying some of these
Yeah.
names
Yeah.
before. But
Yeah. We've seen some other forms, but
mhm.
in this particular form, this is the first because we see here. Well, according to what we're seeing, yeah. So it's used 68 times. Oh, Salika, 80 times in 68 verses, beginning right here, 2 and 11. So, yeah, this is one or two pages on here that has that. So now throughout the rest of it, it's prevalent. I mean, it's some everywhere. So yeah, but let's continue. All right, and that's the same. This is the same name here. Just to make sure that let me just click the Strong's here. So that's 1168, and this is 1168. So
God.
uh, let's go ahead and look at uh, this one here. We're not gonna say that, but which it means rats.
God. God.
False goddess
Love
of Canaanite religion, usually related to fertility cult. City in Bashan, eastern of Jordan, given to Manasseh. Hmm. Yeah. Name of Sidon deity, place in Eden. You know what? I'll include that in that post too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in there for all these. And I've literally, we had that myself and Ark Obadiah where I want to say confronted, but we had a woman mention that to us when because somebody had said Yahweh. Yahweh is the Canaanite deity. Like, no, Lord is the Canaanite deity.
Mm-hmm.
The one you praise every first day of the week. Praise the Lo. That one. Yeah, that's what you're really saying. So, all right, let's continue. Salika, I'm not trying to get too far off. Um, verse 14. Oh, gracious. And the anger of Yahuwah was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them and sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of Yahuwah was against them for evil, as Yahuwah had said, and as Yahuwah had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, Yahuwah raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of that sport of those that spoiled them, and yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after idols and bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way. The way is the way of following the Most High, which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of Yahuwah, but they did not so. So these knucklehead Negroes, straight, boy, I tell you what,
Stiff necked people, man.
I tell you what, I tell you, this is not an easy read. This is not an easy read. I mean, it's you can't read this, and I can't read this and just be like, oh man, that's messed up. No, no, this is way beyond that. Verse 18. And when Yahuwah raised them up judges, then Yahuwah was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For it repented Yahuwah because of their groanings by reasons of them that oppressed them and vexed them. So now they groaning and you stop doing evil.
Right.
Stop the doggone evil. And you won't have to get punished all across your head. Verse 19. And it came to pass when the judge was dead that they returned and occupied Silicon. They returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers, and following idols to serve them and to bow down unto them. They ceased not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn ways. Come on, man. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. Let's keep reading. Verse 20. And the anger of Yahuwah was hot against Israel, and he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant, I will command, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I also will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left when he died, that through them I may prove Israel, which they will keep. Let me start that over. Verse 22. That through them I may prove Israel, whether they will keep the way of Yahuwah to walk therein, as their fathers did keep it, or not. Therefore, Yahuwah left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hands of Joshua. So he's telling us here, this is why those others were left. So here I was thinking that Israel just wasn't following the instruction, but this is why he left them, to see if they would stick with him or if they would. And he knew what it was. I mean, he did that to show us that as soon as we got a chance, we was gonna go off.
Here it come.
Yeah. So you wouldn't be like, yeah, if you'd gave me a chance, I'd have served you. No, no, no. He gonna show you that you gonna serve idols your first chance. First chance you get, you're gonna serve idols. Idolatry leads to servitude. Come on, man. That's what it is.
Indeed.
That's our life. That's our history and everything that we've gone through. Verse 3, chapter 3, Shalikah. Now these are the nations which Yahuwah left to prove Israel by them, even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan. Only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war, at the least, such as before knew nothing thereof. So these jokers don't even know nothing about war. They've been kicking back, getting fat. They don't know nothing about war.
Okay.
They eating off the land and thinking they got the good life, and they got adversaries over there kicking it with the adversaries, hanging with them and eating with them
And doing like how they doing.
exactly. Verse 3. Man, this is
We're set apart people, man. It's not the plans that Abba had for us, man.
no, never. And that's exactly where we at right now. That's
Come.
the horrible part. This is exactly where we are. And it's assimilation. In this doggone assimilation pot, this is where we are. Our people right now are hand in hand with everything that they can get with, and they thinking this is what God wants. No, this is what these idols want.
Ak, you make so much of a good point, Ak. Like we are trying to be a part of this melting pot.
Yeah,
This melting pot that is
complete.
constantly eradicating us.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
removing us from a community, from our own communities,
yeah,
murdering us, incarcerating us,
yeah. Absolutely.
continuing to have us on servitude level. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Where we're not owners of anything,
exactly.
and so many of our people want to be hand in hand with these folks,
Hand in
man.
hand with them. You know, they love it. They love the fact that this is just what we're supposed to be. This is where we're supposed to be with all these other people. No, we're not. We're not. This was a test that we failed. Right here. That was what we're reading. That's what we're reading right here. And we're gonna continue to read here. Oh, this is mind-boggling, honestly. Verse 3. My goodness. Namely, 5 masters of the Philistines, and all the Canaanites, and the Sidonians, and the Hivites that dwelled in the Mount Lebanon, from Mounts uh, Evil Hermon,
Mm-hmm.
unto the entering of Hamath. And they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of Yahuwah, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moshe. And even to this day, this is what we're dealing with. The law is done away with. We don't have to do that old law anymore. And you got Negroes who will stand nose to nose with us, who are telling us to come back to the way of the Most High. I ain't under no law. I ain't got to do no law. But yet they'll get in their car and put on their seatbelt for fear of a ticket.
Yeah, come.
But yet when it comes to the Most High, you're not under no law. The Most High say don't lay with them near kin to you, but you're not under the law. And what you under? Wickedness,
Yeah.
because the absence of law is wickedness. Come on, man. Verse 5. And the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, Hivites, Amorites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. I said Hivites, his Hittites, Silicah. Hittites was that first one, Silicah. So this was Hittites, and this is Hivites. I think I
Mm-hmm.
said Hivites twice. So Silicah, sometimes I can catch myself and sometimes I don't. So excuse me. Verse 6. And they took
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter number 7. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their idols. Good grief, man. This is ridiculous. This is utterly ridiculous. I mean, come on. I don't have anybody watching, but that's okay. Maybe they'll watch it later. This is unacceptable. Slick out. Let's go to you know what? Let me get Gateway up here. I don't know how to StreamYard and typed in there. I'm typing in Bible Gateway. What is this? Okay, here we go. Devarim. This is the book of Devarim, Deuteronomy, chapter number 7 and verse number 1. It says, when Yahuwah your power shall bring you into the land, whether you go to possess it, and shall cast out many nations before you, the Hittites, the Gergesites, the Amorites, the Canaanites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites, 7 nations greater and mightier than you. And when Yahuwah your power shall deliver them before you, you shall smite them and utterly destroy them. You shall make no covenants with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shall you make marriages with them. Your daughter shall you not give unto his son, nor his daughter shall you take unto your son. For they will turn away your son from following me, that that they may serve idols, so that the anger of Yahuwah will be kindled against you and destroy you suddenly. Verse chapter 3 and verse 7 in Judges. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah and forgot Yahuwah their power and served these evil ones and the groves. Oh, so I was trying to go to this. I wanted to read this one and I jumped ahead. Uh, yeah, verse 5. And the children of Israel dwelt amongst the Canaanites, the Hittites, and the Amorites, the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and Jebusites, and took their daughters, those ones that we read right here, where he says, "Don't do this
Right.
because this is going to happen," and we see they doing exactly what they should not be doing. This is after the written law. This is after the law of Moshe. So they have the books to go back and see. They have the information. It's there. They have no reason to not know this. There's no excuses here. I mean, I know that we read that they didn't know the Most High. I don't know how in the world they don't know the Most High when they in the land. I mean, this is I can't make excuses, but at least doggone, we had all of our stuff taken away. Don't get me wrong now. I'm not trying to generation bang now on the past generations, but this is really unreasonable. Very much. At least we were told that we were Gentiles and naked people in Africa swinging from vines. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that was our understanding. We didn't know that we were the children of Israel. We didn't know anything about that we were supposed to live righteous. Uh, phew. But they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons and served their idols. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah and forgot Yahuwah their power and served the evil ones and the groves. Let's take a look at this groves real quick here. Oh shoot, I'm saying it. I don't mean to say it. Huh. That's the name for that idol.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, for idol worship. Yeah, that same one. A Babylonian Canaanite goddess of fortune and happiness, the support consort of the evil one and her images, the goddess of goodness, the goddesses, her image, scattered tree or pole set near the altar. Happy Phoenician goddess, also the image of the same, that thing. So that's represented by a tree, and the tree which is prevalent in this society today
Mm-hmm.
that Israelites have turned away from because of the evil that it entails. But those who think that something wrong with us and still deal with these things, as the Most High said, cut down those things, those that word there. Verse 8. Let me carry. Let me step this up because this is unreasonable. Verse 8. Therefore, the anger of Yahuwah was hot against Israel, and he sold them unto the hand of, what in the world is that?
Cush an Rish Athin.
King of Mesopotamia, and the children of Israel served that same one 8 years. So here we see after Mizraim, since the deliverance of Mizraim, we see another uh, captivity. Let's see what this is. My goodness. Kush Ris he- wow. Twice named, twice wicked. Yeah, yeah. Twice wicked. Yeah, this Joker is not, nothing, nobody we should be dealing with. The king of Mesopotamia defeated by the judge, the brother, the son-in-law of Caleb. But ain't that his brother?
Yeah, it's his little brother.
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's continue. Wow, and that is a mouthful. That is a mouthful. All right, let's continue. So 8 years, we see this captivity here.
Mm-hmm.
8 years. Now this one doesn't get a lot of play because it was only 8 years. Like, oh, not a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal.
It is indeed,
It's
indeed.
just, it's like going to prison for 8 years.
Yeah, time you lost out of your life of being
Exactly.
prosperous, you know.
Exactly. Yes, indeed. All right. Verse 9, it says, the first judge delivers Israel. Israel. Verse 9. And when the children of Israel cried unto Yahuwah, and Yahuwah raised up a deliverer of the children of Israel, whom delivered them even, and this is the brother of Caleb. Yeah, how we say his name? Othniel.
Othniel.
Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, who married his daughter, which doesn't make sense to me. But let's continue. Verse 10. And the Ruach, the spirit of Yahuwah, came upon him, and he judged Israel and went out to war. And Yahuwah delivered, um, I'm not going to try to say that long name, king of the Mesopotamians unto his hand, and he prevailed against him. And the land had rest 40 years, and Othniel, son of Kizan, died. So here's the one of the first judges we see, and he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's see what happens. Verse 12. Oh my goodness. And the children of Israel did evil again in the sight of Yahuwah. And Yahuwah strengthened Eglon, king of Moab, against Israel, because they had done evil in the sight of Yahuwah. So here we go again. We did 8 years under this Mesopotamian king, and that wasn't enough, because what happens? The judge dies, and these knuckleheads go right back to it, and Yahuwah raised up the king of Moab, and because we did that evil. Verse 13, and he gathered up Slikah, and he gathered unto him the children of Ammon and Amalek,
Mm.
and went to smite Israel and possess the city of palm trees. So you got Moab, Ammon, and Amalek
Mm-hmm.
all coming together against Israel. Verse 14. So the children of Israel served Eglon, king of Moab, 18 years. So 8 years wasn't enough. Your first one, you got 8 years. So now he's gonna add another 10 on top of that. So now we serving Moab 18 years. 18 years. I mean, come on, man. We're not learning anything. Verse 15. What is this? Ehud delivers from Moab. Delivers from Moab. So Ehud must be our the new judge that Most High is going to raise up. But when the children of Israel cried unto Yahuwah, Yahuwah raised them up a deliverer, Ehud, son of Gerah, a Benjamite, a man left-handed, and by him the children of Israel sent a present unto Eglon, king of Moab. But Ehud made him a dagger which had 2 edges. Ehud was about that action,
Uh-huh.
which had 2 edges of a cubic length, and he did gird it under his raiment upon his right thigh. So he had that left hand to that right thigh, because he was coming. Well, they were.
So
So they
so
got,
I this
yeah,
this
yeah.
two edge dagger, is that okay, is that something sharp on one end and then something sharp on the other end? Kind of like
Okay. It's basically a sword, but it's a shorter sword.
okay.
It's a shorter version of a sword. It's a dagger, which is which is matter of fact, let's take a look at that word dagger. What's the Hebrew
So
word for that?
I'm thinking that you hold it like in the middle. In the middle is like something round, like a handpiece, and then like on each one of those sides is like a sharp dagger.
Well, no. It's just like a sword,
Okay.
but it's just shorter. A dagger is like a shorter version of a sword. It's like basically a knife.
Okay, but doesn't it say it had 2 edges
Yeah, the 2 edges are on the
on the
as
point?
in the blade. Yeah.
Okay, got
So
you.
so it wasn't like a kitchen knife.
Okay.
It's like a okay. So I'm glad you mentioned that because we need to show the difference. So it's Akasaki Yahoo. You know what I'm about. So this is this is a regular knife. This is a single edge knife here. Just has one sharp edge on this side.
Uh huh.
This side is blunt. You can't
Okay,
do anything
con.
with that. So this is a double edged knife. So
Okay.
on both sides of it is sharp. So it's cutting both ways.
Uh
So
huh.
that's what the double edge is about.
Okay, got you. All right.
Yeah, Akazaki Yahoo got both of those on hand, so they know what I'm about. All
Okay.
praises to the Haba. So, so this is the word for dagger in Hebrew here. What is that? Her, Hareb,
Carrot. Mm-hmm.
Hareb. Okay, Hareb. Almost like Arab. Yeah. So sword or knife. So yeah, they're similar. Cool tools for cutting stone. I don't know about cutting stone, but maybe I probably did use them for that. Um, let me see. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if it said what it said. So, but yeah, let's continue and edification here. All right. So yeah, so he put it on his thigh. So mind you, now they didn't wear like pants like what we think of today as pants. They just had the long garments. So he had that joker under his like attached to his thigh. So he was left-handed, and they say about the left hand is supposed to be way quicker, uh, than a regular right-hand person. So he had that on that left thigh, on that right thigh, slick on that right thigh, so he could, like that. So verse 17, it says, and he brought the present unto Eglon, king of Moab, and Eglon was a very fat man.
Mm-hmm.
So Eglon is a fat dude. He's the
Uh-huh.
king of Moab. Now watch this, verse 18. And when he had made an end to offering the present, he sent away the people that bear the present. So all the people, I'm trying to go up out of here. Let me leave me here. But he himself turned again from the quarrels that were by uh, Gilgal, and said, I have a secret uh, errand
Uh-huh.
unto you, O king, who said, keep silent, and all shall be, and all that stood by him went out from him. Like, oh, I got a secret. Don't say nothing. Let these people get out of here. Check this out. Ehud pulling a G move here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and Ehud came in unto him, and he was set in the summer parlor, which he had for himself alone. And Ehud said, I have a message from the Most High unto you. And he arose out of his seat. And Ehud put forth his left hand and took the dagger from his right thigh and thrust it into his belly. Did he say I got a message from the Most High? He wants you
Mm-hmm.
to repent and serve him?
No,
No, no. He said, I got a message from the Most High for you. And here it is. It's a dagger in your doggone belly.
it's
Here
the
you
end of the
go.
road.
Yeah, yeah. Here you go. This is from Yahuwah Power of Yisrael. Rip. Rest and I wouldn't even say peace.
God.
Say something else, but I don't want to get flagged. Uh, verse verse 22. And the half also went in after the blade. So he done thrust this joker so hard into this jelly roll man that the half, which is I believe that's the shaft or the handle.
Hakan.
Yeah. Let's just look at that. That's
Nitz Tawab.
Nistawab. Yeah. Halt hint of sword. Well, they use the words at the front. I hate when they do that. I hate when they do that. But yeah, I believe it's the handle. The part that he, yeah, i.e. a handle. Yeah, so it's there. I don't know why they just didn't say it here of sword. Um, yeah, here he is. Handle of a knife. Um, i.e. the shank. That's what they call it in prison, shank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to here. So yeah. Here's a present from Yahuwah here, right in your belly, and basically he stuck the whole thing in this big fat man, which is crazy because it seemed like I don't know how big this thing was or how long it is. It says about a cubic, um,
That's
which
18 inches.
okay, so that's a foot and a half.
It comes.
So that's that's a lot of blade. That's a lot of you know. Was the wait a minute, Slick did he say the blade was 18 inches or was a you recall?
I don't. I'm
A
thinking
dagger
all
2 inches
in my mind. I'm
cubic.
thinking like all of it, but
Okay. Yeah. And Ehud made him a dagger which had 2 edges of a cubit length. So is it the dagger that's a cubic length or the edges are a cubic length? So maybe the whole thing is a cubic length. So maybe the whole thing is 18 inches. Either way, the whole thing is in his belly. All right. So verse 22. And the hath also went in after the blade, and the fat closed up on the blade, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly, and the dirt came out. So, let's see what this dirt is here. I haven't read this in a long time, but I'm so this is edified.
okay.
Per Pashade Pashade one Pashade one. Oh my goodness, fake. That
Extra feces.
oh. So he had that backed up in his. So he hit him in the belly, and that, or maybe he defecated himself.
It come.
Maybe that's what it said. He defecated himself. So the dirt came out, so the feces came out. So yeah, he defecated himself. When he got that present from Yahuwah. Oh, praises, man. He said this is from the Most High and shanked him. Mm, that's beautiful. Okay. All right, verse 23. And Ehud went forth through the porch and shut the door of the parlor upon him and locked it. And he was gone out. His servants came, and there is, uh, and when they saw that, behold, the door of the parlors were locked, they said, "Surely he covereth his feet with his summer chamber, in his summer chamber." So he out there, doing his thing. He out there chilling out. Now, mind you, he sent everybody away left except for this Israelite man who was a judge in Israel, who the Most High raised up. Now, ironically, uh, he's sitting up this really fat man. I don't know what he thinking what they was about to do, or why he sent everybody out. I think that's strange to say the least. Like everybody get out except this man. Like what you got to tell me? But he said, I got a secret to tell you. He was like, well, don't say nothing. Let me get these jokers up out of here. Like he gonna say, yeah, I've been wanting to, something crazy. But yeah, this cat didn't caught it in the belly. Verse 25. And they tarried till they were ashamed. And behold, he opened not the door of the parlor. Therefore they took a key and opened them. And behold, their master was fallen dead, fallen down dead on the earth. So they thinking he in there getting kicked back, and
Uh-huh.
this joker then got shanked out his boots. And yeah, now he dead on the floor. And Ehud escaped while they tarried and passed beyond the quarters, the quarries, and escaped unto Seraph.
Sereth, Sarah.
Serath. Okay, let's see what Serath is. But Khan, yeah, he done gave it to him, gave him the business, gave him a nice dagger in the belly, and he's dead to Shaggy.
Uh-huh.
A place probably in southeast Ephraim. Yeah, that's only time we see that one. Yeah, yeah. And he done escaped to the shack. He like, okay, I'm finna head right to Ephraim. And yeah, verse 27. And it came to pass when he was come that he blew a trumpet in the mount of Ephraim, and the children of Israel went down with him from the mount, and he before them. And he said unto them, follow after me, for Yahuwah hath delivered your enemies, the Moabites, into your hand. And they went down after him and took the fords of Jordan towards Moab, and suffered not a man to pass over. Look, when they read that fords, I was like, they had the F-150.
And kind, we're gonna mow
I'm
some
being,
people down.
right. I'm being facetious. But this word is
My
ma'ar,
Abar.
ma'abar. Forward or pass, passing. Okay, so that's what that meant. They went passing forward. So that's some what like my aqua said, some King's English.
Uh-huh.
Kind.
You
All
know,
right,
this reminds me of it might have been a similar situation with Nat Turner, is what I got in my mind. Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean?
Yes,
It's
indeed.
something
Yes, indeed.
something that I'm thinking like that.
Yes, indeed. Hey, deliverance from our adversary. Absolutely, absolutely. And verse 29, and they slew of Moab at that time 10,000 men, all lustly, and all men of valor, and they escaped not a man. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Israel, and the hand of Slikah, and the land had rest fourscore years.
It's what, 80 years?
46 80, yep. 46 to 80, yep. Yep. Um, what is this? It's so unusual to have a headline on the last verse.
Shamgar.
Shamgar delivers the Philistines. So this is the beginning of that story. Verse 31. And after him was Shamgar, the son of Anath, which slew of the Philistines 600 men with an ox god goad, and he also delivered Israel. Hmm.
Now what's that ox gold, Doc?
Ox goad. I'm thinking that's the horn. I'm guessing, but let's take a look at it. We know what the ox is. Well, let's look at that. Yeah, it's the same word for that literal animal. But let's see what this gold is. I'm thinking that's like the horns. A gold for ox. What? Come on, man. They get on my nerve with that. Not giving you
Yeah, it's not really telling us.
no, don't tell us nothing. Let's go to Hallelujah, see what they say. Or scriptures. What was that, chapter 3?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's get to there. Let's see what this says. It says after Shamgar and he stuck 600 men of the Philistines with an ox goad. And it said the same doggone thing. What the heck is a goad? All right, let's see what Google say. The goad is a traditional farming implement used to spur or
Okay.
guide livestock. Oh, snap. Okay, here's a picture of it. So it's like I was thinking like a horn, but it's more like a. So they will put this, I guess, attach it to the ox, and then put this in the ground, and that's what would do the till.
Now I'm thinking that that's what like they would, if you needed it to go right, you would
Oh,
you would tap it on that side, and it's trying to get away from that.
okay. You go. Is this kind of it right here? You think?
Yeah, what he's got in his hand.
Con. I wish I could make that a little bit bigger. Let me see if I can
Yeah.
make that a little bit bigger here. Oh, okay. There we go.
And he'll
Okay,
tap.
yeah, it's really not. Well, yeah. I was thinking this thing, but okay, so it's like that. So, that's kind of almost seems a little harsh for an ox, though.
Uh-huh.
Like, seem like that thing would bring blood,
All right, poke through.
or maybe not though. You know, their skin probably is pretty tough, so it's probably not as sharp as we kind of see it here. It's probably more of a poke. Not like a cutting, but more like like you said, poke kind of. But dang, seem like that ox would be like, look, man.
Mhm. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
eventually, like, look here, yeah, I'm bigger than you.
All right.
But again, this in the script it talked about the Most High putting the fear of us on the animals.
Uh-huh.
Um, we read that in Devarim 9. So all right, let's continue here. Um, 4 and 5, yeah, that's 24, and 5 is just 31. So yeah, we can finish this on up.
All right, come.
All right, go ahead if you don't mind that.
All right. This is the book of Shophatim, Judges, chapter 4. Deborah and Barak deliver from the Canaanites. Verse 1. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of Yahweh when Ehud was dead. And Yahweh sold them into the hand of Jabin, king of Canaan, that reigned in Hazor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Harosheth of the Gentiles. And the children of Israel cried unto Yahweh, for he had 900 chariots of iron. In 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Israel.
So 20 years. So we went from 8 years to 18 years, and now here's another 20 years of
Uh-huh.
oppression.
Verse 4. And Deborah, a prophetess, the wife of Lapidoth, she judged Israel at that time.
Mm.
And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in Mount Ephraim. And the children of Israel came up to her for judgment. And she sent and called Barak, the son of Abinom, out of the Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, Hath not Yahweh, power of Israel, commanded, saying, Go and draw toward Mount Tabor, and take with thee 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and of the children of Zebulun.
All right, Shalika, we're going to take a look at this. Kadesh, Nathalie. I think we've seen that. Yeah, just Kadesh,
Kadesh.
Kadesh. Yeah, set apart place. Okay, yeah, we saw that in Joshua. Okay, so last one. So okay, Shalika, we'll continue.
All right. Verse 7. And I will draw out, Slakia, I will draw unto thee to the river of Kishon, Sisera, the captain of Jabin's army, with his chariots and his multitude, and I will deliver him into thine hand. And Barak said unto her, If thou wilt go with me, then I will go. But if thou wilt not go with me, then I will not go.
Now we talked about this. I believe was it last week or the week before. During this time where she was the judge, that's because the men were completely weak.
Mhm.
To the extent where this man, her husband, telling her that I won't go unless you, I won't move unless you move. I mean, what kind of foolishness is this? That you waiting on your woman to go out and get some stuff done. I mean, this is unreal. But this is why she is the judge in Israel at the time, because the men had their tails between the legs, and I shouldn't even say that because that's not our people. But we were weak. We were at a weakened state at this point in time. So let's continue.
All right. Verse 9. And she said, I will surely go with thee, notwithstanding the journey that thou taketh shall not be for thine honor, for Yahweh shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh.
Mm.
And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh. And he went up with 10,000 men at his feet. And Deborah went up with him. Now Heber, the Kenite, which was of the children of Hobab, the father-in-law of Moshe, had served himself from the Canaanites, and pitched his tent unto the plain of Zaanaim, which is by Kadesh.
Mm.
And they showed Sisera that
Do we
Barak, the son of
Shalaka, do we need to look at that Zappa?
Khan.
Okay, okay. I don't recall that one before.
Nah, me neither.
Okay. Sa'anaim. Removing
Hmm.
and plural for removes. And or
Ta'ashandarim.
a place in Palestine. Uh,
I'm
my,
saying T, but it's pronounced with a Z. I'm saying the T part of it, but
oh, okay. I thought this was just something different, but no, it's that's how you pronouncing it.
yeah,
It's like
kind. It's all
okay,
the same, just different names, different
okay,
ways of pronouncing it, but
pronouncing it.
it's all with a Z.
Con. Okay. Uh, point so called most. All right, come on. Let's continue. Um, where were we?
Ready for verse 12.
Well, okay, con.
And they showed Sisera that Barak, the son of Abinom, was gone up to Mount Tabor, and Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the people that were with him, from Harosheth of the Gentiles unto the river of Kishon. And Deborah said unto Barak, Up, for this is the day in which Yahweh hath delivered Sisera into thine hand. Is not Yahweh gone out before you? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him.
Mm.
And Yahweh discomfited Sisera and all his chariots and all his hosts with the edge of the sword before Barak, so that Sisera lighted down off his chariot and fled away on his feet.
Mm.
But Barak pursued after the chariots and after the host unto Harosheth of the Gentiles, and all the hosts of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left. Howbeit, Sisera fled away on his feet to the tent of Yael, the wife of Heber, the Kenite. For there was peace between Jabin, the king of Hazor, and the house of Heber, the Kenite. And Yael went out to meet Sisera and said unto him, Turn in, my master, turn in to me, fear not. And when he had turned in unto her into the tent, she covered him with a mantle.
Mm.
And he said unto her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. And she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink and covered him. Again he said unto her, Stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be, when any man do come and inquire of thee, and say, Is there any man here? That thou shalt say, No. Then Yael, Heber's wife, took a nail of the tent, and took a hammer in her hand,
Mm.
and went softly unto him, and smote the nail into his temples, and fastened it into the ground, for he was fast asleep and weary, so he died.
Mm. With a nail in his temple.
Yeah, but you know what's tripping me out?
What's
How
that?
is it this woman has allowed this other man? She got a whole husband somewhere,
Right.
and she allowed this man to come into her tent.
Oh, the question really was, who is this woman? And I mean, that's a good question, but I think she had a plan at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
fled. Yeah, so let's take a look at it. I don't think we looked at her. We didn't look at her name.
Yeah, nah.
Let's see.
Yael.
Uh, Mountain goat. What?
Mm.
Wife of Heifer the Canaanite, who was the general, who killed the general Caesarea as he slept, while driving a pig in his temple into the ground. So she took that joker.
Right.
Oh, she was a Canaanite.
Mm.
A Canaanite. Hmm. Wow. Okay. I was wondering who she was, like what was her ethnicity, and wondering like maybe it's a woman of Israel or something. But no, she was a Canaanite. So the Most High supposed to put the spirit on her to out him, get him on out of there.
Con.
So we had left off where at 20.
We're ready for verse 22.
Okay, come.
And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Yael came out to meet him and said unto him, Come, and I will show thee the man whom thou seekest. And when he came into her tent, behold, Sisera lay dead, and the nail was in his temples. So the Most High subdued on that day Jabin, the king of Canaan, before the children of Israel. And the hand of the children of Israel prospered and prevailed against Jabin, the king of Canaan, until they had destroyed Jabin, king of Canaan.
Hmm. So now they should be no more folly. Like this should be it. It should be all right. Y'all done did 8 years, 18 years, and then now 20 years, and now you've been delivered. So you should be serving the Most High at full capacity now.
Mhm.
Let's continue to read and see what happened.
This is the book of Shaphatim, Judges, chapter 5, the Song of Deborah and Barak, verse 1. Then sang Deborah and Barak, the son of Abinom, on that day, saying, Praise ye Yahweh for avenging Israel, for the avenging of Israel, when the people willingly offered themselves. Hear, O ye kings, give ear, O ye princes. I, even I, will sing unto Yahweh. I will sing praise to Yahweh, power of Israel.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh, when thou wentest out of Seir, when thou marchest out of the field of Edom, and the earth trembled, and the heavens dropped, the clouds also dropped water. The mountains melted before Yahweh, even that Sinai from before Yahweh, power of Israel. In the days of Shagmar, the son of Anath, in the days of Yael, the highways were unoccupied, and the travelers walked through byways. The inhabitants of the villages ceased. They ceased in Israel until that Deborah arose, that I arose a mother in Israel. They chose new deities. Then was war in the gates. Was there a shield or a spear seen among 40,000 in Israel? My heart is toward the governors of Israel that offered themselves willingly among the people. Bless ye Yahweh. Speak, ye that ride on white asses, ye that sit in judgment and walk by the way. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in the places of drawing water, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh, even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his villages in Israel. Then shall the people of Yahweh go down to the gates. Awake, awake, Deborah, awake, awake. Utter a song, arise, Barak, and lead thy captivity captive, thou son of Abinom. Then he made him that remaineth have dominion over the nobles among the people. Yahweh made me have dominion over the mighty. Out of Ephraim there was a root of them against Amalek after thee. Ben-Amin among thy people. Out of Makar came down governors, and out of Zebulun they that handled the pen of the writer. And the princes of Issachar were with Deborah, even Issachar, and also Barak. He was sent on foot into the valley. For the divisions of Reuben, there were great thoughts of heart. Why abodest thou among the sheepfolds, to hear the bleatings of the flocks? For the divisions of Reuben, there were great searchings of heart. Gilead abode beyond Jordan, and why did Dan remain in ships? Asher continued on the seashore and abode his breaches. Zebulun and Naphtali were a people that jeoparded their lives unto the death in the high places of the field. The kings came and fought them. Slakia, verse 19. The kings came and fought. Then fought the kings of Canaan and Taanach by the waters of Megiddo. They took no gain of money. They fought from heaven. The stars in their courses fought against Caesarea. The river of Kishon swept them away. That ancient river, the river Kishon, O my soul, that thou hast trodden down strength. Then were the horse hoofs broken by the means of the prancings of the mighty ones. Curse ye Meroz, said the angel of Yahweh. Curse ye bitterly the inhabitants thereof, because they came not to the help of Yahweh, to the help of Yahweh against the mighty. Blessed above women shall Yael, wife of Heber, the Kenite, be. Blessed shall she be above women in the tent. He asked
Sinica,
water. Go ahead.
Sinica, that Kenite, isn't that what Caleb was?
Yeah, Khan, same people.
God. Okay, okay. So it says that she was a Canaanite, but she was the wife of Heber,
Uh-huh.
who was a Canaanite. So just checking that. Go ahead, 25.
Verse 25. He asked water, and she gave him milk. She brought forth butter in a masterly dish. She put her hand to the nail, and her right hand to the workman's hammer. And with the hammer she smote Sisera. She smote off his head when she had pierced and stricken through his temples. At her feet he bowed. He fell. He lay down. At her feet he bowed. He fell. Where he bowed, there he fell down dead. The mother of Sisera looked out a window and cried through the lattice, why is his chariot so long in coming? Why tarry the wheels of his chariots? Her wise ladies answered her, yea. She returned answer to herself. Have they not spared? Have they not divided the prey? To every man a damsel, or two? To Sisera a prey of diverse colors, a prey of diverse colors of needlework, on both sides, meet for the necks of them that take the spoil. So let all thine enemies perish, O Yahweh, but let them that love him be as the sun when he goeth forth in his might. And the land had rest 40 years. Hallelujah.
All praises to you. Ooh, ooh, that wow. That I don't even know where to begin, honestly. With those 5 chapters, uh, just the sheer folly, you know. Oh, uh, you wanna
You
you got
know,
final thoughts?
yeah, we've talked about it a couple of times. What we see, what we've read in these 5 chapters is much of what we see today.
Mhm,
Uh, we might have a battle that we might win. They might feel like they're gonna grant us civil rights or
mhm,
equal treatment.
mhm,
Then it's much of the same. It's been more of us killed in the last few years than prior years. It's like
right.
lynching is still going on and legal.
Mhm,
Uh, and I feel like it's because our people don't like dealing with the so-called Old Testament,
mhm,
that they can't draw a conclusion to who they truly are. You
mhm.
know, uh, we're hearing about we're hearing about a people forgetting the Most High in a generation. You know, we've had multiple generations forget about him. So it's no coincidence that our people and our communities are in the shape that they are in.
Mhm.
We don't the bulk of us don't know him. You know.
Hallelujah. You hit the nail on the head. You hit it on the head. I mean, my gracious. Uh Man, seeing this situation and the children of Israel doing this evil, and like you said, in a generation, there arose a new generation who knew not Yahuwah. How in the world you don't know Yahuwah? How your father, your I don't understand that.
Yeah, and it's a commandment. You shall
Yeah.
teach these unto your children.
Yeah. Exactly. And that's why he said that. That's exactly why he said that. But here we are in this day and time, and you know what I'm saying? Like, what's to come after this generation? Here we are, we in our 40s.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? What's to come after us? Now, you look at the brothers. Some of the brothers, they got their wives, they got their children in order. Things look good. But then you look at these women, some of these women, in these situations, and it is just atrocious. It is it's unreasonable.
Yeah. And
You know.
I'm thinking we know in the book of Romans it says that because they forsake the law, he gave them up to all of this wickedness, right? I'm paraphrasing it, but you know, I've read this chapter 1 before and overlooked what uh what Caleb had done, you know,
Hmm.
and it was transgression, and transgression that went unchecked. And then, it's no coincidence that we see things begin to unfold at that point,
Hmm.
you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, what's coming began to come unraveled, based on that situation and how things went. It's I don't understand that. I don't understand how that happens, and you just you know it's like you saying, yeah, I'm gonna give my daughter to my brother, and I'm
You
gonna be
know,
like, you what?
right?
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what?
You can't
You
do
know
this,
we
huh?
can't.
You
Yeah, you
can't
know
do
we can't
this.
do that, right? I
Yeah.
mean, that's unlawful. You can't do that. That's unlawful. You know what I'm saying? If you said that to me, I would literally be like, no, you can't do that. That's unlawful. That's against Torah. And then I would take you in Torah where it says that we can't do that.
You
And you may
can't.
be like, oh, my bad. I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? or no, he earned it. He earned. No, no. Regardless of anything else, Torah says we don't do this, and that's where it ends. We don't do this.
And I'm wondering if it was because he had his word on it. You know what I mean? I said I was gonna do this, but righteousness exceeds ourselves.
Exactly, exactly. He should have told his brother, "Hey, not you, because this my niece, this your niece.
Right.
So you can't have your niece to wife. So you need to fall back. Let somebody else get this one. You know what I'm saying? Not your niece, not you. It's your niece.
Con.
But no, he just let it go. But this again, this is a Canaanite. This is a Canaanite. Who's hanging out with Yehuda,
Yeah.
which does not make sense. But at the same
But no,
time,
no, were they? I don't think they were Canaanites. I think they were. You know what? We looked at that before, and I think they were from the land of Canaan, weren't they?
yeah, I mean that's what we just saw in 5. Well, before 5 and 4 actually. With that woman, Yezreel. However we say her name. She same as them. The kid, not the Kentite, but the I was like, wait, ain't that what? Um, I had him Caleb as either a Canaanite or a Edomite, and I think he was a Canaan. I believe. I believe.
And we
Could be
and we looked
mistaken.
at we looked at the Canaanites. I want to say back in Genesis or Bereshit.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, we saw them. I believe in the table of nations. So I
Hmm.
believe it was in 11 because we talked about them as they existed and after the in the taking of the lands because they were in Canaan and Canaan where they should not have been. So, but wow, yeah, just so amazing. Now, again, kind of reiterating, Israel have served, and I wish there was a way I could put that on here. Oh, I can. I can post a comment. Uh, so far, we served 3 captivities. Or was it 4? Well, he said he delivered us in the hand
It was the
of the
Moabites. It was the let's see who else.
chapter 2. Remember, he said he delivered us into the hand. Let me go back. Let's go back. Remember, he said, okay, and the people served who is just none, and they buried. Okay, and the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah, so on and so forth. Provoked him to anger, and and they forsook Yahuwah, and the anger of Yahuwah was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not stand against their enemies. So they weren't necessarily in captivity; they were just getting their butts kicked,
Mhm.
basically. So it wasn't a captivity. Rather so, they came out of Yahuwah was against them for evil, as Yahuwah said, and as Yahuwah had sworn unto them, they were greatly distressed. So they were distressed. They weren't in captivity. They were not put into servitude at that point. But then he
So
raised up
yeah,
judges.
but the first nation of people was from Mesopotamia
Yeah,
with that Kusharath Tham.
right, con. Yeah, yeah. So so that first one, that what I just read right there, that wasn't an actual captivity. That was just us getting our butts kicked at that
Hmm.
time. So there were 3 captivities. The first one lasted 8 years.
Hmm.
I was making a notation here, so we'll have that. 1, 8 years. Should say 8 years, and that one was so that was Mesopotamia.
Yeah, Khan.
I'm messing that up.
Yeah. And then 18 years with the king of Moab, who had Ammon and Amalek with him.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Ehud dealt with them, or dealt with the king of Moab.
right. For 18 years. And then that last one,
It was 20 years.
20
And that
years.
was Canaan. It just says Yabin, king of Canaan.
20 years under Candace.
So that's 46 years.
Yeah. Of and it didn't even tell us how long that they were in chapter 2. It didn't tell us how long that was.
Con.
I gotta find this Mesopotamian here. I mean, but yeah, but we gotta learn from this stuff. That's the thing about it, is that we have not learned anything. And here we are in the same position, and we thinking that we got it together, and we do not. We doing the same thing that they did back then,
Con.
and we losing.
Yep.
We losing constantly.
And it's every excuse but what's really going on.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We got to do better. Got to learn better. We got to do better. Oh my goodness! All right, I made this notation here. Uh, 8 years, Moab for 18 years, and they had 20 years uh, under the Canaanites. Yeah, it's gonna get interesting. So we're gonna see what other if somehow, some way, the children of Israel get it together and start serving Yahuwah as we should.
Mhm.
We're gonna see tomorrow, Abba willing. We're gonna see where exactly it's gonna happen, and you know we'll go from there. So you know, my basic takeaway from this is that we tend to not learn. Our trend is we do not learn from what we experience. We go through harsh situations. We take all kind of hits on the chin, and even though Yahuwah will deliver us through these situations, we tend not to learn anything, and we continue to repeat, rinse, and repeat again. We
Con.
wash ourselves off. Oh, Yahuwah say this? Yeah, Yahuwah say this. All praise to Yahuwah. And then we right back to, you know what? Those idols over there look a lot of fun. But and sadly, this is not an excuse. But understand too, when you're dealing with these people and their idols, they don't have the restrictions that we have. So they operate on a level of wickedness that we have not come to. So I mean, they doing all manner of folly, of things that we're not allowed to do. So when you looking at these things, you thinking, "Oh man, I'm missing out," because you seeing these people do this stuff, and you thinking, "Oh, I'm missing out." They look what they doing. They doing, they having wild parties and all kind of, you know, passing the women and just wow, I want to do some of that stuff. Like, but you serve the power of your fathers,
Con.
and he put us in a position where we don't need to do that. He made us separate from those folks.
Mhm.
So where we look at that stuff and think, oh, that could be interesting, it's actually filthy. It's disgusting. And you should don't want nothing to do with it. But we'll see with chapter 6 tomorrow if Yisrael has learned their lesson and now is ready to serve the Most High in spirit and in truth, or something else happens. So, uh, anything else you want to add, Art?
Nah, that's about it. I really enjoyed these first 5 chapters. A lot of shaking my head, listening. Uh, but we've seen this before. We've seen it shortly after being brought out of Mizraim.
Right.
We've seen how our people can be, and you know, it's something that we experience now. You know,
Yeah. Sadly, that's the sad truth. Is it's something that we deal with to this day. So with that, I am your Akazaki Yahoo. Give all praise, honor, and greatest. Oh, Salika. I can't believe my account. I'm sorry. Right? I didn't mean to do that. That was my mouth getting ahead of my mind. I'm the Akazaki Yahoo, joined by my most esteemed Ak Akinanaya. We give all praise, honor, and great esteem unto the Most High Power, Yahuwah, Bahashem, Yahushua HaMashiach, and to the 12 tribes of Israel who are scattered to the four quarters of the earth. I say Shalom Wabarukim. And I cannot wait to the day that the Most High brings us back together and we are once again 12 tribes, one family, one nation under the Most High power, under one covenant until that day. Shalom, family.
shalom, shalom, family.